And I want to take the time to welcome you, everybody. If you're here for the first time, my name is Dan Rojas. I am all the way in Florida, and I am part of this amazing team. We're going to share tonight a little opportunity. I'm going to tell you this: if you're here for the first time, and I am super, super excited because the first time that I got to share this opportunity with someone, it was a marking time for me. It marked one of the times where you really feel like you're stepping up. So we have two first times here. So we have LD is going to share his testimony, and then we have Betty, which is sharing the opportunity for the first time. And I am super excited to hear their stories. But before I start, so let me tell you this: if you're here for the first time and you feel like you're tired being tired, if you feel like you're fighting and going against something that never used to give up, if you hear the news, if you hear the economy is crashing and this and all these things that bring confusion to you, pay real close attention, because tonight we're going to share an opportunity that have the possibility to help you win in this situation. I know that the world is coming to very challenging times. I know we all look at the news and we question ourselves, what are we doing? If you're like me, and you wake up in the morning saying, what am I doing? Is this all we have? Let me tell you, there's a better way. There's more opportunities. There's different things that we can do. And tonight, in one of those nights that you will hear a great opportunity, you will hear great testimonies, and you will hear the number one thing is you hear the options you have to beat this great thing that we hear is coming. So without further ado, let me introduce to you Betty Lopez. She is all the way from California. Well, she's in Virginia. But she was in the performance art industry. She had her own business before it, a traditional business. But she found something. She found out about something that could help her in her health and could help her in her professional life. And today she's here with us to share that opportunity. Betty, it is an honor to have you here. You can have the floor. I am honored to have you here. Thank you for doing this and sharing your story with us. I'm excited to hear you, so go ahead. You have the floor.
Thank you, Dan. Well, back to you. I want to give you a round of applause if we can do it. Well, now we can do it through the emojis here, right? I love them, by the way. So thank you for your energy. Thank you for being part of this team. Because of this team, I was able to connect. So yes, like Dan said, I do have a little bit, just so people that know me a little better, have a little bit of performing and arts background. I did have my own business many moons ago. And how is it I ended up in this opportunity? Before I start with everything, I am from California. I am visiting Virginia, and due to the hurricane situation, I had to cancel and stay a little longer with my beautiful daughter here, which it's not a pain to be visiting. It's beautiful here in Virginia. I've never been here before. So the East Coast is kind of calling me now. And so I'm here connected from the guest room. I'm not in my office today for the first time, which feels a little different, but it's good because this is the reason why I love this kind of business opportunity, because you can connect from anywhere, your phone, doesn't matter where you are, as long as you have Wi-Fi. So that's good. And so I have two beautiful children. They're not children anymore. They're actually young adults. I'm married to a beautiful man, which is connected today. Jesus Shatino, where are you? He is my upline. He is the person that brought me into this opportunity, that shared the information. And I just want to pause real quick, because I know that if this is your first time here connected, if you're one of those people like me, that at the beginning, I was a little closed-minded about this type. I was a little skeptic. I really want to be very clear and open-hearted with you guys, because I don't want to talk about something without being crystal clear. So I know that was me back then. And I started this about before pandemic started. And it was through my sickness situation. I was going through situations with very severe depression. So that's my testimony. And friends of ours from the industry told us about this, and I was like, oh, I'm not sure. My husband was like, no, this is an opportunity that I truly believe in. We have to do it. I was like, look, let me check it out first. My husband's a visionary. He's crazy. He said, let's do it. Let's jump on it. And I was like, let me find out first what this is. I want to test the waters. Let me find out what this product is. And so when I tried it, it was like, I really in it. If it helped me with my health, I want to help people. So like I said, going back into that situation with health, I said, this is a win-win situation, because if it's helping me and I can help people and make money, I need to learn all this about, how to do this, how we can help other people. And like Dan said, like the economy is crashing, all these recession problems, it's out there. We needed to learn how to do something different. And I come from the traditional business. So I thought it was about selling stuff. And I'm like, okay, I have a little bit of background of that, even though that's not what I wanted to get into. But I figure, okay, let's try it. What's going to hurt me if I try this, right? So here I am, 3.5 years after, when pandemic hit, we were all unemployed. I was doing Uber, Lyft, Postmates. I stopped doing that. I mean, you name it. I was into debt because of my business that we had previously, and I was not doing any performing arts. So we were all unemployed, and that's when I looked at this project like, this is a 5-star opportunity that I don't know anything about. I don't know the skills. I barely even used the computer back then. I'm still learning, by the way. I'm not as savvy, but I have an amazing team, which Dan is one of them, our mentors on Tuesdays. We get free classes, you guys. That's another perks of doing this kind of business, is that when I was an entrepreneur, my husband and I had to pay for a website. I had to, and I'm kind of going a little bit ahead of what we're going to talk about, just kind of to give you a little preview. If you're looking to do a business, you got to put a huge capital. I don't even know how many $1,000 we lost when we closed that business. I didn't even want to do numbers after. I was so depressed, and I felt so bad that we lost so much money, and we had to do it, just my husband and I. That was the only team we had, and our children, by the way. Had my little girl trying to help me with customers when I was busy trying to bring inventory. And talking about inventory, I mean, you name it. So the investment in my business was over 10,000 and up. So, and that was a small business, by the way. I was in a little boutique I had in Anaheim near Disneyland. So, well, okay, I'm not even going to go into that. So with that.
Wow. That's amazing. It's good to hear your story. It's good to hear because, people think that this has just happened overnight, and you don't realize the background. So I'm glad to hear your story. And yes, we hear all these things about, this is going to happen. And I hear about, there's the war, and we hear about, there's going to be very challenging coming economically, and this is going to happen, and the dollar is going to crash, and this brings fear into people. I believe, and I don't know if you think like me, that they kind of crush our dreams. There was a time that I stopped dreaming because of all this stuff. I got so busy at work. I'm an interior designer. I used to work for 2 of the top companies here in Central Florida in design, and I used to hear all these things, and I just got buried in my job. And then I stopped dreaming. I hear this whole thing coming. This is happening. And I want to analyze everything, so, I just stopped dreaming. I was like, okay, what's going on? Until one day, just like you, I remember, because I hear this a long time ago, and I remember, hold on, there's a better opportunity. So why don't I tap into that? And I did just like you. So with all these things that are killing our dreams and all that, is there an option? Is there an option that can help us win out there? Because I'm sure that everybody that's here wants to win. Who doesn't like to win? So is there an option out there to help us win?
Well, yes, that's why I thank God, because I was praying. I was praying for not just for my health, for another source of income. Like I just mentioned, I was doing multiple jobs, and it wasn't not doing it. So the company that I plugged into is For Life Research, the immune system company, which helped me, and also learning that there's 3 main pillars. That's very important when you're getting into any type of business. Knowing that when I was in my previous with my store, it was just right there. I had to pay a website. Here we go globally. So like Dave Daughtry always says, think globally, even if you start in your backyard. And so that's what we have here with our company and our team. We have not just globalization, that doesn't have no borders. We can just connect simply by sending a link, doing a FaceTime or Zoom like we are right now, and we're connected. I know we have people from Canada. I think I saw someone from Africa. So we're connected worldwide. So there's no excuses to be able to connect and work from home. Now, rentability, that's another main that I'm learning about this business and this industry is so important, Dan, because if you don't have rentability, then you don't have anything. back then I had to trade my time for money, even though I was a business owner. If I didn't open my store, which it was 8 to 7, I had no money coming in. So we have to have something that gives us that passive income, that, residual income, that's what our company offers us, and community. I am plugged with strangers that once you were a stranger to me, now we're friends, and now we became family. Now, if I go to New Jersey or I go to Florida, I know I can just contact you guys, and I know you guys are gonna have a sofa for me. No problem, right? I hope.
Right. We'll cook some rice for you.
Right. So that's
Puerto Rican rice, by the way.
There you go. I love it. So that's what I found. The 3 pillars are so important. And so I invite you, if you're new at this industry, just like me, over 3 years ago, I didn't know anything about it, and I'm still learning. So there's no excuse about learning new abilities and skills, because we have the tools, we have the team, we have the mentors, we have people that have the results. We have it in the English, like Dave Daughtry and his wife, and many others. And we have in the Spanish, which I got introduced by the Spanish community with Dr. Emilio Nevares. We have Angel Rosado, and we have many around the globe. So we have a big extended community.
So yeah, and I want to hang out in here for a little bit, because these 3 things are super important. The world changed. In 2020, everybody said, "Oh, the world was going to change." 2019, the world's going to change. What's this? This is going to happen, and then all of a sudden it changed in a matter of in a blink of an eye. So the world changed, and with the technology and all this globalization and connectivity, the internet made us make the world even closer. Now we can talk to people, like you said, from our house to all the way from Africa, Australia, China, and all these things. And this is important, because for me it was a big thing. I want to have spent time with my family. I want to be able to do this from my house. I want to be able to do this with my family. If I travel, I can take my business with me. And I know that if I'm not present, my business is going to grow. Anyways, if I'm not here, if I'm not logging in today, I know that my business is still going to grow, because I have a team of people that will do that with me. And also, like you said, community. That's probably, for me, because I'm a family man, the most important thing. I come here, you come here for the money. And this is initially what you think about. I need to make more money. And then you meet people like our team. I met you, and I met Jennifer, and I met Joel, and I met Omar. And you had become my family. So you come here for money, and you end up having an extended family. And that is great to me. Now, for the next slide, I want you to talk about, and you kind of touched on that at the beginning. So what are the benefits of doing this, other than, being able to have connectivity from other parts of the world and this, and what other benefits have this? You talk about having a business, and I had the opportunity, like you said, to be a part of opening a franchise, a business, and we spent over $200,000, and the first year we barely make money. The first year, actually, we lost 5%, and just the second year we're breaking even. Wow. So talk about the benefits of this and the risk, because I know that a lot of people are analytic like me, and they think about, okay, let me look at this, and let me look at if there's any risk versus benefits. So talk about that.
Right. Well, thanks for reminding me that, because it's important. That I did the same thing. I was analytic too. I was like trying to figure it out. But one thing that closed me, it was that my traditional retail business, for me to be open every month, was minimum of $10,000, versus now, when I started with $0. I started with a credit card, by the way, so there's no excuse. And I started with $150. And just by sharing it to someone else, I noticed I got paid for just connecting them to the company, and the company did everything. I didn't have to go to the post office. I didn't have to get inventory. I didn't have to do everything that I used to do on my old store. I didn't have to do it, and I still had a business. So that was the biggest benefit. You can start with under $300 or up. In my case, I started with $150, like I said. And what's the risk? Nothing. If someone says, I don't want to do this anymore, but I love the product, you still have the win-win situation, because you're making that benefit to your body. But when I notice that I still tell people, and I'm still getting paid for that, let me learn everything. I'm all in. So in my book, there's no risk. But if you talk about other businesses, like you said, you lose all this money. Here, you don't lose that kind of money. It's all for, and plus you get a free online website you get all through the app, which I didn't have that in my other store. I had to pay, and it was really not high tech like it is from our company. So we have everything to grow here. So, and it's international, like a franchise type of business. So in my book, there's no risk. Again, that's all my 2 cents I can give in that part.
Yeah, I mean, like this, like you said, this is a turnkey business. You come in here, and it's handed to you. In my experience, in business, and it being, part of different things, to make an app, you're gonna spend minimum of 10, 15,000, between $10,000 and $15,000 to create your own app. And here you come in, we'll give you an app that allows you to do e-commerce from your phone, from your home. You don't have that case, you don't have an excuse, and other than that, we have a system. We don't have to go and learn this anywhere. We have a system that tells us what to do step by step. Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, we have an amazing team that if we got any questions, we fall back to them and they will pick us up right back. So this is great. And talking about business, when you grow your own business, it's not really, you think about, McDonald's. Think about McDonald's. You try to open a McDonald's, you have to have at least, to get a McDonald's, you have to have at least $1.4 million in liquid assets, even before you qualify for that. And then on top of that, you got to have, so much money. It's crazy. And even if you do something as cheap as a hot dog cart, it's gonna cost you at least $4,000, at least minimum. And those benefits, I love the fact that you brought all that, because this is actually to bring it home for many people. So, we know about the benefits. We know how great it is connecting. You already told us your story, which I love. So tell us about the company. Which company is the company that you joined, and give us a little bit background on the company.
Well, again, the prayer was answered. I was asking for something and God gave me the best. 4Life, not only that, it's 25 years in business, debt-free. So their owners is the same owners from the past 25 years, knowing that we have something patented. And 4Life, our company is in over 100 countries and it's owned over 80 patents. That's not something light. That means that they have invested not a couple of $100s, but billions of dollars to have that. So it has science behind it. Over 1,000 employees. Like I said, I don't have to go to the mail and mail these to people. They do everything. We just connect them. We send them a link. We connect them to the company, and they take care of everything. So to me, that's like the biggest perks I can ever have. I remember those days, how stressful that was just to go to the post office and do all those deliveries, so we don't have to worry about it. And like I said, over 80 patents in over 70 countries. That's something big, my beautiful people tonight. That's connected.
Wow. That's amazing. Imagine having a source that it keeps you healthy constantly, that helps you fight everything. Imagine that you're able to fight everything. It's like having a bunch of little soldiers fighting for you. That's how I look at it. So thank you, Betty, for that video. But now we have a testimony. We have LD who's going to share his testimony about the product and a little bit about why he came into this business. LD, I'm honored to have you here. You have the floor. Tell us a little bit about you, man.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. We're good.
Okay,
we're on.
Good. Great. No, I was just saying, Dan, Betty, everyone should give y'all both a big applause for describing and breaking this thing down, this business opportunity, because this is absolutely a business opportunity of a lifetime. I just want to share with you how I actually got involved with this business and a little about the product itself. I overheard a member of 4Life talking about the business to a lady we were in with Panera Bread. And I overheard him speaking to her, because I'm an entrepreneur anyway. I've been an entrepreneur for years now. And when I heard him talking, I was like, wow. Antennas went up on my head, and I was like, wow, So when she left, I pulled him to the side. I said, yo, brother, excuse me. I said, what type of business are you involved in? I said, I never have to be involved in something. He told me, he said, yes. He said, we are involved in this. He said, it's the health and wellness. I said, health and wellness? Wow. And I know I've been an entrepreneur for years now, and never have I been involved with health and wellness. And I know your health is your wealth. And I said, it just made sense, to get involved in it. So I said, learn a little bit more about this. So he gave me a little bit more information. And I was open-minded because I learned that a closed mind is the most expensive thing that one can possess, is a closed mind. So I gravitated onto it and I said, wow, I can go with this. This makes perfect sense. Health. Because your health is your wealth. I said, yes, I can do this. It makes sense. So I got involved and I signed up. But I want to mention this too, that not only I'm an entrepreneur, I'm also a mentor. I was mentoring in California before I came back to the East Coast, out in a program out there in Bakersfield, California. But anyway, I'm a veteran as well. But this business is just so simple. And like Betty was saying, everything's all set in place, All you have to do is come in, and make that decision that you want to do this and just go for it. Everything's right there for you. You don't have to do anything. And as far as like you were saying, Dan, you don't have to spend a lot of money to actually invest in it. You're investing in yourself. So I got involved. What happened was, I have health issues myself because I'm a veteran and I go to the VA for, my hospitalization, my medication. Anyway, I had a problem with my heart, and I was going to cardiology, but I was using this medication at the same time too, and they would like examine me. They would do X-rays, EKG on me. They could never find nothing. Everything was cool, and I was like, wow. And they couldn't understand it either. But I really believe it was from the cardio that I was taking for life transplant that was making it like this. Anyway, long story short, I went there. It was last week, matter of fact, for a follow-up cardiologist. And they told me, they said, listen, everything checked out well. They did all kinds of tests and everything. They said, you don't have to come back here until next year.
Wow.
He said, everything is good. I said, really? He said, yeah. He said, I don't know what's happening, but I didn't tell him that I was taking, the cardio from the full life transplant. I didn't even mention that, but I knew down the side what was going on. But these products are definitely working. I've been taking other products and I've seen changes. Okay, in these products and my life, my memory. I've been taking different ones. My memory's a little sharper, and I'm feeling a little better. My blood pressure they went down, and everything. I mean, it's all good. I mean, and I really know honestly, it's due to these products that I've been taking because I've been taking them for a few months here now, and it's all good. But listen, this opportunity, it's the greatest opportunity to me out there today. I mean, because there's nothing like your health. Because if you don't have your health, you don't have nothing.
That's right.
As far as this business is concerned, don't worry about the money. Just go out there and help people. The more people that you help, the money's gonna come, whether you want it to come or not. It's gonna come in. And you don't want to stop it from coming either. But listen. This opportunity is second to none. We have a product out there, okay, that is number uno. Nothing's compared with us. We are the competition for life. And so with that being said, I'd just like to pass it back to Dan. And listen, just tell everybody, listen, if you want to finish about this here, you need to get mad. M-A-D. You need to get mad. M-A-D. I repeat, you need to get mad. M-A-D, which stands for make a decision. Make a decision.
Wow.
Make a decision.
Amazing,
make a decision today. Because if you don't make that decision, somebody out there will make it for you.
That's right. Wow, man. Thank you. And thank you for your business. I mean, for your business, thank you for your service. I know that I didn't know you were a veteran, so thank you for your service. I know you serve this country and and you now being, at the stage where you are, just thank you for your service, and just enjoy what For Life has.
No, I just want to add this. I'm a Vietnam era veteran.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay.
Amazing. And the products must be doing you good, because look at what you look. You look like you are like super young.
I'm 68 years young.
You're not.
I'll be 69. I'll be 69 in November.
Oh wow. See, you're a living testimony. We need to have a picture of you. All right. But thank you for your testimony. Amazing testimony. The first time I hear you. So it is like you're gonna do great things just by sharing your testimony. So thank you.
Amen. Amen.
Yes,
with that being said, we're gonna continue with Betty. And now, Betty, I have one more question for you. Is there a way that we can join in? Which ways and how can we be a part of this great company? Because I'm gonna tell you this. When I first heard this, just like everybody else, I questioned it, And then when I looked at it, I'm like, okay, I have to join. I have to do this. I call someone and I say, hey, how do I do this? So today you're going to share that with our people. How do we join in?
That's a good question. I love it, because that's what, when I started, that's the same question I asked. At first I started as a client, as a customer, preferred customer. But then when I started learning how to be able to connect people, I do all three. I'm a customer, preferred client. People like sales, they can go ahead and buy their little inventory and resell it. They still make profit out of it. And if they want to do the network with a team of people that want to be go-getters, they have goals and dreams and they want to work together, as we are doing it, then we are being able to learn how to do passive income. And now our company gave us the news of affiliate marketing or brand ambassador, which is great, because there's many people out there that don't have time or don't want to get involved in sales directly, but they have such a big following on their social media, and they like to do the reference, and they're connecting through a link. They can also make money. So there's many ways. Like I said, 1 through 4, I do all three, because I'm not an ambassador, but I'm able to do the other ones. That there's a great way of earning. And there's 8 different ways that we can earn as well. But since I don't want to go too detailed into too much information, the person that invited you can give you all the other different ways of connecting. We are going to go over the monthly recurring income. Right, Dan? What is it that attracted to you as it attracted to me?
Yeah. So yeah, this is like simple. So let's just say, and we're gonna go back and forth, ask a few questions here. So, let's say in my phone I have 900 contacts, and I call 6 of them. So how would that work? I call them, I invited them, and how would that work?
Well, that's good question. I mean, you connect them to the company. Like I said, health and wellness is not something that you gotta ask people if they need it. It's a must. So those 6 people are not just feeling healthy, the family's feeling healthy, they want to do the business as well too, then they connect their other 6 people. But for those 6 people, you get $24 on recurring income, which, by the way, we already do recommend movies. We put up those brands. What are we doing? We are already promoting them for free, but here our company pays us. So we have those $24 that it might not seem like a lot, but nobody gives it to you nowadays. But what about those 6 people connect to other 6 people? So we have 36 people. Look at that. That it inflates to 1,080 plus the 24. That's almost $1,104 that comes out handy, especially now that rents are going higher, especially in California. That's where I'm looking at. It's crazy. I know it's not just California. This is worldwide, but I'm focusing because that's where I live. And so those 36 people, it's a word of mouth, just referring, connecting other people. So those 6 people adds up to 216. Look at that, 3,672 plus the 1,000. We're looking at almost $5,000 a month. That in my book, it comes out really handy, especially nowadays. But it doesn't end there. And that's why my head kind of exploded, because those 216 people keeps inviting their 6 people. It keeps going up to 1,296 people. And that recurring income goes to over $20,000.
When I started this business, I was desperate. You come in this business for two things. You either come by inspiration because you heard, like LD, he heard someone and he was inspired and he said, hey, I want to hear about this. The second one, which is about 90% of us, coming here for, because we're desperate. Desperation bring you here. And you're desperate. You're looking for something. So if you are that person, either or, this is something that is going to create a lifestyle for you. This is something that have the ability to bring you closer to your goals, to bring you closer to your dreams.